a Chrono Odyssey 17-minute gameplay walkthrough. The game looks pretty good. They explain a lot about the content, and I'm gonna go through all of it in another video, more research video in a few hours. So you definitely should subscribe to that. But there's one particular thing that I really am a bit afraid of. It's not only the UI that looks a little bit weird, but it is the enhancement system. Because whenever you look at it, you're going to see something that is very weird here. That is the fact that you have high chances. And you're going to be like, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Let me just get to the moment where I actually showed this. But what's wrong with having a high chance? A high chance means that it's going to work out, right? Well, in the game, in the interview, they said very particularly, they said, hey, we don't want enhancement system to be annoying. We want you to always succeed. Okay, and I'm all for that. An enhancement system that doesn't, require me pay to winning, that it doesn't require me failing my upgrades. That sounds super fun. But if that's the case, why even have a chance at all, right? As you can see here, it says, oh, let me just go back a little bit here. It has a high chance, dual socket imbued with a very high chance upon acquiring. Prefix imbued with a very high chance upon acquiring. General attribute imbued with a very high chance upon acquiring. General 2 attribute and 3 attribute very high chance upon acquiring. If you have a very high chance, that means they're going to have a eventually low chance. Otherwise, you will not have a chance at anything. It would just be, hey, you get the item, you can upgrade it. Boom. Because a very high chance means that it could be failed in a single little matter. So what is the game design point of that? Okay? It's for you to have, oh my god, I got a very high chance. I'm happy that I have a very high chance. But that implies that you need a very low chance to compare that with, right? If you only have very high chances, then it doesn't feel like anything. If anything, it feels bad, because whenever you do fail with a very high chance, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I lost. I can't believe I didn't get the thing even though I have a very high chance. It doesn't make any sense, right? In order for the very high chance to make sense, for it to feel good, you need something to be low. And if it does have low chances, that means that the enhancement system won't be as deterministic as they meant it to be, as they said it would be, which is kind of scary, honestly. Because in other games, maybe I wouldn't be so scared about this, but this is a career MMO. And this usually leads to, well, it leads to pay to win. And we can go check exactly what they said. Let's just go in here. Canon Chrono Odyssey interview. Let's just look at exactly what they said so we can compare it. Maybe, maybe I'm making a fuss out of nothing, right? Or maybe they used their words in a very particular manner in order to make it sound like it was better than it actually is. And I don't want to be like a little bit like too much of an asshole, but I think it's important to look at this and compare it. So here, Canon obviously asks about this. RNG systems with 1%. Let me just let him talk, right?
Later on, gear downgrading or even completely breaking, I did not see any of those traditional systems present in Chrono. Spending hundreds of hours grinding at the end game only for a less than 1% chance to upgrade something doesn't really feel good or motivating to continue. What can we expect the gear enhancing systems to be like in Chrono?
저희 크로노 오디세이의 강화 시스템.
Our chrono system in Chrono Odyssey is designed to provide satisfaction through enhancing gear. It's certainly not designed to give players frustration, fatigue, or disappointment due to probabilities. Okay, Korean is a bit slow. In our enhancement process, you won't encounter any complicated or unfair mechanics. You can think of our enhancement system as one with only completely eliminated such elements. Our enhancement does not include scenarios like items breaking or perks attaching at extremely low probabilities. These types of mechanics are entirely avoided. Instead, it's designed to players feel a sense of a reasonable progression through enhancements. Now, that does make a lot of sense, but I don't know. This one thing here really kind of screams something else. And maybe the game will only have mid to high chances and it will never be a very, very low probability. But I do think it's something that we need to talk about, not only for us to realize, okay, what's happening here, but also because, hey, maybe Chrono Studio doesn't know, right? That we in the West don't like most of these things, even in medium possibilities. Maybe they need to get a bit more feedback on what we actually want, and maybe we are okay with having high chances and nothing else. But I do think it's an important conversation to be had. So I'm making this video so we can discuss this in the comments, and honestly, and the entire Chrono community right now, because I know that we all are super excited for this game, but I think it's, you know, if we want the game to be good, we need to be very clear on exactly what we want in the game and what we don't want. And we cannot let our boundaries be pushed in what we want from this game, because that's how games get ruined. If we accept anything that they give it to us, then they won't know that that we're gonna push back and that we only accept good games. So let's do that and just have a discussion about this, and hopefully this makes the game better at the end. So there you go. Subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. See you around. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.